That is going to be symbol DG, Dollar General Corporation. Let's make this full screen. Much better. Symbol DG, Dollar General Corporation. This is a singular company. They represent retail trade. What are some of the things that I like about Dollar General? Let's start with the more fundamentals side of things. As you can see right here, Dollar General's offers a 1.11% dividend. Absolutely solid. And if we scroll down a little bit, we have their annual income statements. In the year 2018, they had a profit margin of 6.2%. In 2019, they had a profit margin of 6.17%. In 2020, they had a profit margin of 7.87%. In 2021, they had a profit margin of 7.01%. And in 2022, they had a profit margin of 6.38%. So as you can see, that profit margin is slowly becoming bigger and bigger. It's not like huge leaps and bounds, but starting at 6.2, peaking at just under 8%, and then currently at a 6.4. But these are things we typically like to see when we're looking to make an investment into a company. But on top of that, this blue line here represents their revenue year over year. And as you can see, their revenue is also growing, which means that percentage profit margin is representing more and more money as the years go on. They're just continuing to grow. Absolutely solid. Let's look at a more technical side of things. Something you see me look at with every company we cover here on this channel is the RSI. This is the Relative Strength Index indicator. And as you can see, when the RSI is low, touching that 30, that baseline, that's typically a sign that the stock is oversold or potentially a good value. When the RSI is high in the sky, banging its head against the 70, this is typically a sign that this is potentially overbought or maybe overvalued, or maybe that's not when you want to be making your entry into a company. So let's take a quick gander back at their historicals and see every other time that their RSI was as low as it is currently. As you can see here, in February 2022, the RSI came down, touched the 30, and then proceeded to run as much as 41%. Actually need to add a mark here, because as you can see, in May 2022, the RSI also came down and touched that green 30 and proceeded to run another 40%, 40. Time before that would be March 2021. RSI came down, touched that bottom 30, showing to the trader that it is oversold. And what happened? It proceeded to run as much as 36.95%. Then if we take a farther look back, as far back as 2016, RSI came down, touched that green 30 to show that it's oversold, and then proceeded to run as much as 227%. Before that, in 2015, RSI touched that bottom 30, ran as much as 58.8%. And then another example would be in December 2012. RSI came down, touched that 30, showing that it's oversold, proceeded to run as much as 98%. And that is pretty much all of the price history that we have for Dollar General. And as you can see, this is a company that has only ever shown signs of growth. Ever since it was made available on the market, it was just up, up, and up. We're displaying perfect technicals, as we were showing with the RSI. But something to also keep in mind, as we just covered the RSI, almost every time that we mentioned the RSI, there was simultaneously an interaction with this blue 180 moving average. As you can see, the RSI came down, it bounced off this blue 180 moving average, bounced off the blue 180 moving average, bounced off the blue 180 moving average. And basically, again, all the way back since this, through all the price history that we have represented by this chart, Dollar General has never broken below its blue 180 moving average on the weekly. Again, right up here next to the symbol, guys, you'll see a W. This means every candle on this chart represents 1 week of time. It's important to keep in mind your time frame so that you understand how long it might take for some of these patterns to play out, right? But again, as you can see, this symbol, Dollar General, has never broken below its weekly 180 moving average. And every time its RSI comes down and represents that it is oversold, it is simultaneously interacting with that 180 moving average, bouncing and proceeding to run. So technicals are very sound for this company. Their fundamentals are doing great. They have rising revenues and rising profit margins. This is exactly what you like to see as far as income statements, as far as technicals. It's honestly quite perfect. Now, where are we projecting symbol DG to go moving forward? Right now, we are currently projecting as much as a 53% gain, which would put the price per share at roughly $316 from its current price of $216. That's about $100 per share. Now, one more thing I guess I can mention, if you look over here, their next earnings estimate is relatively low compared to their previous, which could make it an easy hit for them. That would lead us to believe that they would have a more likely chance of beating their next earnings. So you have that momentum to look forward to. But I think that's everything we want to say about Dollar General. So we can move into our next symbol now.